Hello, my all dear students. Dear students, very most welcome to all of you in this our online lecture series. Dear students, today in this lecture we are going to discuss your next important topic after latent heat. The topic is heat transfer. Heat transfer. Dear students, also we can say the name of this topic may be flow of heat, or also we can say flow of heat. Dear students, as you know, we have told you the definition of heat. Heat is a energy. Heat is energy. Energy transfer we can say, or energy flow, energy transfer from one body, or from one system also we can say, from one system we can write also, from one system to another system we can say also, another system. Why this energy flowing? This energy flowing due to temperature difference, and also we have told you the heat energy flow from higher temperature to lower temperature, we have told you in my previous lecture. So heat is a energy transfer from one system to another system due to temperature difference, or also we can say from one part of a body to another part, we can say also. Now dear students, in this lecture we are going to discuss how or on what factor this flow of heat or transfer of heat is depend. Today we are going to discuss. So if we shall talk about of types of flow of heat, then we can say, or we can write, the transfer of heat has divided transfer of heat, or also we can say flow of heat, has divided into three parts. So we can say very easily, we can transfer heat from one body to another body, or from one system to another system, by three methods. The first is conduction, and next is convection, and third is radiation. So dear students, we have seen the three methods of transfer of heat. Now we are going to discuss the first method of transfer of heat, which is conduction. Dear students, firstly we are going to discuss the method of flow of heat, which is conduction. Now we are going to see with the help of example, what is conduction. Dear students, you have seen in your everyday life, if you will choose this is iron rod, any, and you are supplying heat energy, from a source. We are considering here, we are supplying heat energy from this source of heat energy to this end of rod. Then what we shall see? Dear students, we shall see firstly temperature at this end of this rod will rise, Then after some time, slowly after some time, this end of this rod also will be hot. We shall see it after some time. Why this end is also hot after some time? Dear students, we can say, and we can answer of this question very easily. Heat energy which are supplying from this source to this end of rod, this are flowing. This heat energy is flowing from this end to this end. So we can say this type of flow of heat energy is this energy is flowing from this end to this end. The method is known as conduction method, or also in the theoretical way we can say the conduction is the mechanism of transfer of heat between two adjacent parts of a body due to temperature difference. Dear students, you can see, you can feel very easily. If you are supplying heat energy to this end of this rod, then temperature of this end firstly will rise, and temperature of this end firstly was low, very low. So due to this temperature difference, and as also we have told you, heat energy transfer or flow always from higher temperature to lower temperature. So if we are supplying heat energy from this source to this end, then temperature of this end firstly will rise, and temperature of this end is low. When heat energy is going from when we are supplying heat energy from this source, then because temperature here temperature at this end firstly is negligible or very low, we can say. When we are supplying heat energy from this source to this end, then temperature of this end will rise, and temperature at this end is low. Due to this temperature difference, heat energy will flow from this end to this end, and so we can say after some time this end of a rod also will hot. Here we want to say this method of flowing of heat from this end to this end is known as conduction, or we can say in theoretical way also, conduction is a mechanism, or we can say in very simple language, transfer of heat between two adjacent parts of a body, due to temperature difference is known as conduction of heat also, we can say. Now dear students, if we shall talk about of solid, liquid and gases, this conductivity of heat, here we can say conductivity of heat. If we shall see solid, or we are taking solid, liquid and gases, then in solid the conductivity of heat is we can say very large, and in gases it is very low, and also in liquid, if we shall see in case of liquid, then we can say large, only large, not very large, only large. It means we want to say it lies, conductivity of liquid lies between solid and gases, more than gases, we can say more than gases, and less than solid. Now, dear students, here we want to say, as we have told you, heat energy transfer from this into this end if we are supplying heat energy from this heat energy source. Now, we want to see on what factor this flow of heat from this end to this end is depends. Now, we want to see the transfer of heat or flow of heat from this into this end, on what factor it depends upon. Now, if we shall talk about of this concept, then we shall choose a example. Here we are considering some example. Here it is reservoir. Reservoir means we can say collection also. Reservoir of heat we can say also. Here we have chosen, it is reservoir, and here we are choosing a rod. Here we are choosing rod. Length of this rod, this bar shape rod, is L. We are choosing here. Now, dear students, here we can cover it. We can cover it because due to this cover, heat does not flow from system to surrounding. Due to this cover, here we have covered surrounding of all these reservoir and this rod also. Dear students, here we want to see on what factor this flow of heat is depend. Here we can see it is covered by insulator, and length of this bar is L, and this end have temperature Tc. We are imagining or considering here, and temperature of this end is Td. Here this both are reservoir. This and this is reservoir, and we are considering here its cross sectional area A, and cross sectional area of both the end is uniform, or also we can say the cross sectional area of both end is A, or in other words we can say uniform. Now, dear students, here we want to say and also we are considering Tc is greater than Td. It means here we are considering the temperature at this end is greater than this end. So, heat energy will flow from Tc to Td, from this end to this end, because temperature of this end is large. Now, this flow of heat is depend upon here we want to see on what factor this flow of heat from this end to this end due to this temperature difference is depend. So, by experiment it has been seen this flow of heat, this rate of flow of heat, we can say rate of flow of heat. Rate of flow of heat, if we denotes this rate of flow of heat by capital H, then it depends upon this capital H is depends upon, or we can say directly proportional to this cross sectional area, and also it directly proportional to temperature difference Tc minus Td. Here also we can say del T also, temperature difference, and it is inversely depend upon its length of bar. Here we have considered this bar shape. Dear students, remember please, attention please, here we have chosen this rod, of metal, it is metal rod. We can say this is metal rod. Then we have seen this rate of flow of heat energy from this end to this end, because we have chosen here temperature of this end is greater than this end, Tc is greater than Td. So this rate of flow of heat, if we are considering it is H, symbol of this rate of flow of heat is H, then it is directly proportional to area of cross section of this rod, metal rod, and it is directly proportional to temperature difference, and it is directly inversely proportional to here, very sorry dear students, it is inversely proportional to length of this rod, it will be 1 by L. So after combining all these results, we can write in simple way H is equal to, or we can say H is directly proportional to A Tc minus Td upon L, because H is inversely proportional to L, directly proportional to A, and directly proportional to temperature difference. Here we have told you all these things. Now here you can see we have found the very most important concept and result. H is directly proportional to H is directly proportional to A, and directly proportional to Tc minus Td, and inversely proportional to L. Now if we shall remove this proportional, then we shall choose a proportionality constant which is K. H is equal to K A Tc minus Td upon L. Dear students, it is result. Remember please this here, H is here, H is rate of heat flow, rate of, we can say, flow of heat. H means here we want to say or Q by T. If Q is heat and T is time, here T is time, not temperature, small t. Here Q upon T. Q upon T is H. Means we can say, or in way of its unit, joule second inverse, also we can say. Now dear students, here we have chosen a proportionality constant K. What is K? K is thermal conductivity. K is known as thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. If the value of K is large for any substance, if K is large for any substance, then simply we can say the rate of flow of heat is very fast, or we can say flow of heat is very fast, then flow of heat is very fast. Dear students, here K is thermal conductivity, and it is a constant of proportionality we have chosen, and thermal conductivity of given material, and also if K is large for any substance, for given substance, then we can say more rapidly will it conduct heat. Means the flow of heat or transfer of heat through that substance will be very fast if K is large, and the value of K is listed in your NCERT book. If you want to see it, then you can see table 11.6. Table 11.6. This value of K, thermal conductivity, this value of K for many substances has been listed in your NCERT book in table number 11.6. Now if we shall talk about of unit of this K, thermal conductivity, then we can find out from this formula, from this formula we can find out the unit of K. How we can find out? Now here we can see, from this formula we can see, or we can found K is equal to HL upon ATC minus TD. Dear students, as we have told you, the unit of H is joule second inverse because it is rate of heat flow. So we can write joule second inverse for H. L is length, we can write or we can choose in meter. Area is meter square, and temperature is Kelvin. We have chosen temperature in Kelvin. So one power of meter will go cancel out, and we shall get here K is equal to joule second inverse M inverse K inverse. The unit of K means thermal conductivity, or also joule per second we can write, or also the SI unit, in the form of SI unit we can write it is watt M inverse K inverse, we can write here also. Dear students, as we have told you, the thermal conductivity K of many substances has been given in your NCERT book in table number 11.6. You can see from this table, you can study this table, and what you will see? You will see, and you will found the good thermal conductor, good thermal conductor, good thermal conductor or metal. You can see from table, because the thermal conductivity of metal is very large. You can see from your table, silver, the value thermal conductivity for silver is 406, and if you will see for water or glass or wool or wood, also you will see from table, the thermal conductivity, the value of K is very less compared to the value of thermal conductivity in case of metals. So dear students, if we shall talk about of good insulator, good thermal insulator, then on the basis of this thermal conductivity we can say, in case of this a good thermal insulator, glass wool, we can say glass wool, also we can say wood also, because thermal conductivity, value of thermal conductivity of all these substances is very low. You can see from the table. Dear students, in many cases you have seen, you have noticed that some cooking pots have copper coating on the bottom. Some cooking pots, has coated, or we can say have copper coating, have copper coating, have copper coating to their bottom, to their bottom. Why we are coating by copper of any cooking pots? Because due to good thermal conducting, or we can say thermal conductivity of metal, due to good thermal thermal conductivity because the value of K for metal is very large. We have told you also. Now dear students, uh, you can see, and also plastic foam is also good insulator, and you have seen in your everyday life in by the plastic coating of many substances. You have seen it to prevent the burning of your hand, and also to prevent the heat transfer from any system to another system. Also you have seen and some plastic and some woods also using, you can see in your everyday life. So because thermal conductivity, the value of K is very small for wood. K is very small for wood, and glass wool also we have told you. So we are using as a insulator wood, and also we can say plastic foam, also plastic, and many examples plastic foam. Here we can say many example of this heat insulating substances you can choose. And also dear students, the next very most important topic, gases have also very low thermal conductivity. Gases have very low thermal conductivity. You can see it from your table, and you can study from your table of NCERT book. The air has thermal conductivity 0.024. Argon value of thermal conductivity for argon 0.016, and for hydrogen 0.14. Here you can see these values are very less compared to in case of non-metal substances or metal substances. So today we are going to stop here. Now we shall discuss your next important topic, which is the method of transfer of heat, and it is convection. So in next lecture we shall discuss your next type, or we can say next method to flow of heat from any body to another body. We can see in the next lecture the method of convection, and after this radiation we shall discuss one by one all these method. So today we are going to stop here. Thank you very much.